To honor Senior Citizens Day on August 21st, I sat down with three of our amazing Hera Hub members. And part of the conversation was around how what being a senior citizen looks like in 2024. It is different. We are living longer, we are working longer, we are healthy well into a lot of folks into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s. And I'm excited to share these interviews with you.
Hi, my name is Katie Bean. I've been a real estate agent for 17 years. About 5 years ago, I decided to get into the senior field and I got my senior real estate certification. I then ended up purchasing a residential care facility for the elderly. I owned and operated that for 3 years. When I sold that, I got into hospice work with Top Care Hospice, doing sales and marketing. I did that for about a year, and then I started working for Karen Van Dyke of Senior Care by Design, and I helped with the placement process of meeting older individuals who needed care in assisted living or residential care facilities. After that, I got back into real estate and I now specialize in helping residential care facility operators purchase additional care facilities or sell care facilities. And I'm also working on projects where I'm helping investors buy single family homes and converting them into residential care facilities. I have a soft spot for seniors and I'm very empathetic in the process. It's very difficult for a lot of seniors because it's an emotional process. And I'm very good at sort of walking them through the process of these are the important things that we're looking at. This is what we need to get, help you get the highest value for your home. And then I can also, during that time frame, help them either move into a smaller, maybe a 55 plus community, something that is single level, something that is near transportation or community services, a church that they're a part of, or move into an assisted living community. We will come out of pocket to cover their first couple months of rent because some families can't move into that assisted living community unless they have the money from the sale of their home. And so we will help them get into the new community for the first, 2 or 3 months while we're renovating their house and putting it up for sale. And then the cost does come out of the escrow. So once it's sold, they'll pay us back. I think the more education we give to families about having a plan in place and not, operating in this panic state of, okay, now I need to do this. And, I have 2 weeks to get it done. So, I mean, we're trying to just get the word out and educate. And I mean, I really feel like if you've made it to assisted living, you've made it because, then you don't have to worry about all the stresses of, the maintenance of your house and, what am I going to do financially and this and that and the other. But that's not the common thought of older people these days. They really want to stay and live in their house till their final days, but some people just can't.
My name is Mary McFadden. I'm the Business Development Director for Seniors Helping Seniors in Orange County and San Diego. We're a non-medical home care agency, so we take care of people in their homes and in communities to help them age well at home with a quality of life that they want. The seniors have such a wealth of knowledge that the education of like learning from our elders and bringing our children up to respect our elders is huge because they have lived through things that we have never seen, and they just really encouraging and educating that the seniors matter and that their voice matters. So in 2011, the baby boomer generation started turning 65, and now in 2024, they're turning 80. So we're going to see such a big increase of aging people, and there is a lot of differences in the sense we are living longer, but a lot of people are concerned like, well, am I going to pay $10,000 a month to live in a community, and how will I outlive my money? So there is a dilemma for the older generation, because we are living longer and they're not working maybe, and so they have this chunk of money. So a lot of people I hear are concerned, well, if I sell my house, that's all I have, and I don't want to, move in with my children. So a lot of people do want to move into a community because they don't want to do meal prep anymore. They don't want to, have to do yard work anymore. But then there's people who really want to live in their home. And it may take having some assistance come in because they don't drive anymore, or they can't stand long enough to prepare their nutritious meals. So there is two sides of it, but it comes down to how long will my money last?
Hi, I am Jamie Shapiro. I like to call myself the founding fairy of Silver Linings Transitions. We are a move management and home organization company. We specialize in seniors, but we'll help anybody who wants an easy, stress-free move. We take care of the entire thing for our clients, getting them packed, unpacked, organized, and decorated and settled. And we also do something that a lot of people need, and that's help with decluttering. And the new word is actually right sizing, not downsizing. So that's another change that's happening with seniors, because right sizing is really about identifying what's right for you, and downsizing tends to have a negative connotation.
When I look at my own family, my father is 73 and he is still working every single day in his business. Like, there is no trajectory to retirement or being a senior citizen. I mean, truly, he will at least work, I'm sure, into his 80s, as long as he's physically able, and henceforth, he's quite physically able. So this whole idea of retirement and being a senior citizen is totally changing.
Absolutely. And people are getting second careers. I mean, they're discovering what it is. I've read an article on this, what it is they really want to do, and following that, because, we really do need to keep engaged. And my father, by the way, is 79 and still working full time.
Wow, that's awesome. What's his business or
He,
career?
he is a realtor. That was
Okay.
a career pivot for him, but way before he was a senior. But he loves it. I mean, he loves doing it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Never stop working.
I
Or I
don't
like to say never stop moving, right? Like physically, emotionally, all of it. Just keep
But
moving.
it would be great, though, to be able to do work that you are really excited to do. And I think that hopefully as a senior, you are freed up from the responsibilities that you had when you were raising children and paying the big mortgage and having to do college. And now you can figure out what it is, who am I meant to be? What is it that I like to do? What lights me up? And so that is the part of being a senior that I'm excited about. And I've actually heard that the best time in a person's life, like when they are happiest, is their late 60s. Did you know that?
I did. Yeah. The statistics around the World Happiness Report that came out not too long ago, sadly, and this is in the US, but also we're seeing these shifts globally too, that yes, the happiest generations are into their 60s, and the least happy generation is 20 somethings.
Yes, I've got two children in their 20s, and you can see. And I think back to how I was in my 20s. So that's a
Totally different.
whole
Totally
different.
different. Yeah, right. The anxiety levels, right? And so knowing who you are, being comfortable you're in your own skin, being able to be decisive in the decisions you make is part of all of this conversation around happiness.
So, as a 54-year-old woman, myself, I can struggle with the idea of embracing aging. And I remind myself, I had cancer, I'm going on 20 years ago, and I'm really lucky to be here and be able to witness the changes that my body is making. And I, lost a very good friend to cancer at 40. And so I have to remind myself how lucky I am to be here. And so I've always found that anytime I'm facing uncertainty, approaching it from a place of curiosity definitely helps me to get through it. And I definitely think there's something to be said in misery loves company. And when 20% of us are, 65 and older, I'm going to be feeling like everybody else is feeling. So, but I liked the embracing aging, powerfully rather than gracefully. And, if I could give anybody a message, a professional message, it would be, don't let the stuff keep you stuck from living a life that's really better. I mean, they say that connection is one of the most important things for our health. And they've actually proven, and they definitely, this came out during COVID, that social isolation is more detrimental than smoking. And so if you are sitting in your home and you are not engaging with other people, then you are really not living a full life. And whether that's a senior community or getting involved in senior programming, definitely don't let I have to hold on to these things, I have to have this home, be the thing that stands in your way of really living the best life you can. And in the podcast that I do, Grandma Has ADHD, we say, making the rest of your life the best of your life.